mother and Andre. Hi. Anyway, Anna will be seated with us, and then it'll probably be about 15 minutes of a start.
Familie am Abend. Ne?
Ja, ganz genau.
You brought it yourself?
No, this Crow got this. It's a DDR poster from the East Times.
Means family in the evening.
And where did you get the idea for using the reindeer?
Well, okay, you'll see, but I mean, I'm using Pocahontas again in the piece, right? So that sort of has to do with the great outdoors and being an adventurer and whatnot. And I've done enough, let's say, installations and pieces that have to do with hunters and whatnot, and Crow and his collection of objects. I just sort of went through the house. I'm using a lot of things that are here in the house and sort of piecing it together. This was up in his bedroom, this piece, and these were in storage somewhere. I just sort of chose that. I brought these candles with me. These are Mexican religious candles that sort of combine Catholic symbolism and then other symbolism together. They've got Buddha candles, they have Indian power candles. And I chose these two, the healing candle with its doctor, and the El Anima Sola.
What is it called?
El Anima Sola.
El Anima Sola.
Yeah, this is prayer to the lonely soul, right? And this is sort of the healer candle, right? And then this is a bottle of milk. And it's the suicide milk. This is also another suicide milk bottle there. These are objects from Crow that he's kept for many years. This is sort of how it changes over these. This one's really beautiful though. This one has red in the middle. This is what it turns into over the years. He's had them for, I don't know, over 10 years probably. So it's almost like a lava lamp. If you move it around. I don't want to move it too much.
Everybody's warned.
Yeah, no. This is
God knows what strange things are growing in there.
Yeah. Well, this is the whole thing. It has to do with mother, mother's milk, Chris, as suicide milk, and there's some other little bits and pieces being mentioned on the tapes. So anyway.
Going to have the psychodrama, I think.
You think so? I think are we cultivating the moment now before the performance? Perhaps.
I feel that I'm very uneducated. I know so little about Pocahontas.
Pocahontas.
I know she was an Indian maiden, but not much beyond.
Well, I must say I'm a little bit ignorant on the subject too, but what struck me was Sierra has this plastic tree with the grandma's face in the tree, and the face sort of bulges in and out when she speaks, and Pocahontas sits next to the tree and asks the tree, "What will be my path in life, Grandma?" And then the face in the tree starts moving in and out and says, "Oh, Pocahontas, there are spirits all around you and they will guide you on your path." And Sierra was playing with this, and it struck me as very symbolic, sort of piece of Disney plastic.
Yeah.
But it was also too true to the situation and the kind of guidance that my mother will give her. And yeah. So anyway, it was to me, I would love to have this object. I just think it's the greatest thing. And I remember asking Sierra in the room to go up to you and repeat it to you. Well, go tell Grandma. And she just told her, you know. So this is sort of, it's my personal thing to Pocahontas, and it's Sierra's favorite sort of female, not just, well, fairy tale character. She's not into Cinderella as much, or the others as much as she is into Pocahontas.
It is Pocahontas,
Yeah.
except that Sierra has renamed her. You know.
Pocahontas, yeah. I know. I made sure of that in the video here. On the tape.
And I guess
Pronounce it correctly.
It became up to date as a result of this movie.
Yes.
Probably just about it. Actually, I can stand up there. Thank you. Would you mind if I stand in front of your tripod? Yeah, you better be too. I'm quite short. Yeah, did you mind? Cheers. All right.
Grandma, what will be my path in life? Oh, Pocahontas, there are spirits all around you, and they will guide you on your path. Pocahontas goes to the tree stump, and the grandma lives inside of it. Pocahontas asked this question, and the tree spoke back. Oh, Pocahontas. And then Sierra went to Grandma. She said the same thing to Grandma. Pocahontas had enough to think about. She looked across a riverbank, and she saw a tall tree. One half was green, and the other half, from root to crown, in flames. Pocahontas went back to Grandma in the tree stump, and she asked Grandma, well, what will be my path in life? And the grandma said from the tree stump, oh, Pocahontas, there are spirits all around you, and they will guide you on your path. Pocahontas didn't know where to look anymore. She didn't have her mother. She had Grandma on the tree stump and the vision of the tree. She was looking for something, and she found it in the milk. It always made her think of foreskin. Okay. Well, okay. I feel just like I did yesterday. Okay. Well, okay. Aren't you gonna ask me what I did today? It's in the milk. Can't you see? Oh, can't you see? Okay. Well, okay. Aren't you gonna ask me what I did today? There is a story of a nun who, after Jesus Christ's body went to the heavens, believed that a part of his body remained on earth, that being his foreskin. She prayed for it to appear and be given to her, and through a miracle it happened. She meditated with this on her tongue every day, swallowing it, and then somehow spitting it back up again. She did this every day until she too became enlightened. Oh, Pocahontas always goes back to the tree stump where Grandma lives, and she asks Grandma if she's doing well on her path. Grandma says, if it's meaningful enough to you, then you are on the right path, and it's not going to harm you. Felt many vibrations around her, and especially in her dreams. They were always good, because she always had the calming voice of Grandma. Grandma's hands clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hands played a tambourine so well. Grandma's hands used to issue out a warning. She'd say, "Pocus, don't you run so fast. Might fall on a piece of glass. Might be snakes out in that grass." Grandma's hands. Pocahontas doesn't like to talk about it very much, but her mom got all fucked up because she ended up hanging out with these weird people, and they were black magic cult people, and they doped her up and screwed up her mind, and that's why she's the mess she is today, and that's why Pocahontas is communicating on another level. But Grandma, what will be my path in life?
Pocahontas. It will guide you on your path.
She talked to her mother one day, and her mother said, well, I hate the grandma and I'm going to kill the grandma. And Pocahontas said, you can't do that, Mom, because the police will come with their blue sirens on and they'll come after you. You can't do that. Pocahontas talked to her mother one day, and her mother said to Pocahontas, I hate the grandma and I'm going to kill her and take you back. And Pocahontas said, you can't do that, you can't kill grandma, and I will always communicate with grandma. Pocahontas lives in a world with a lot of women of different powers. Her grandma has a Sufi dervish side and is a sex therapist. Her mother is there's an old story about how the dragon was created. There was a holy ritual being prepared, and for this ritual there was blessed water in a bowl. And a snake sneaked into this castle or the palace and drank from this water. The guard saw the snake drinking from the water, and he attacked it and chopped it in half. And from that, the snake turned into a form of a huge dragon, but without a stomach, so that it was forever consuming and could never be satisfied, because it had been cut in half and empowered at the same time. Pocahontas, having had all these different experiences with the women in her family, always searched harder and was searching for the protective element, perhaps. This is the suicide milk. There are different kinds of milk.
I want to thank my mother for being here tonight, and her husband Andre Gabor, and my girlfriend Anna, and Crow. Thank you.
Thank you.